So Logitech, Lenovo, Steam, all of these great companies have released their own mobile handheld gaming devices, but Sony, which was at one time a very good producer of portable games like we've seen on the PS Vita, and great hardware with the PlayStation Portable as well, going back to these consoles and how they just weren't as successful as the Nintendo side of things, and how they just stopped production altogether of portable consoles and focused on their console gaming market, home console gaming market, that is, in terms of the PS4 and the PS5. We might be seeing a rumored return to the PlayStation handheld department in terms of what Sony will be producing on that sense. A lot of people, a lot of outlets are out here rumoring that with the horrible launch of the PS Portal, or whatever they'd like to call that, and how you need like a very consistent good internet connection at all times, with a lot of people around the world struggling to even have that, they can obviously see, like Sony themselves can see, how horrible it was to release like a remote play device for like $200 that you really can't use everywhere. And that is just a problem with mobile streaming and games and online streaming, is that you need to make sure that you have a good consistent internet connection. Not only that, it doesn't have its own like home Android based software or something that you can install videos or music or something onto it like we've seen with the PS Vita and the PSP. So it was just a complete fail in my personal opinion, and the numbers do show that as well. So if a PlayStation Vita 2 or a PSP 2 is in the works, Sony really needs to focus on making and bringing in more of a return on those physical hardware games, making it not as expensive to get yourselves like memory cards, making sure that this time around it's similar to like the Lenovo Legions, the Steam Decks and all of that, so that they have internal storage, at least like 500 gigs. We live at a point where you can easily get like 250, even a terabyte of storage on your iPhone or Android device. So why can't they do that to a PlayStation Vita, or a new PSP2? That is something that Sony needs to think about and make sure that they implement into those devices, because with the PSP and even with the PS Vita, the original one that came out back in 2012, I believe it was, those memory cards even till this day are very, very expensive, and they're just proprietary garbage. I think they just want to make more money off of you, and they don't really need to use these things, especially in the current day and age with our technology advances and what we have to offer, right? So I don't think they should be going back to that. But in terms of physical gaming, even now with like even Xbox and how they're gonna be stopping the whole disk drive scenario, hopefully they keep something like that so we can still do that with the PlayStation side of things. I've also heard that the PS6 won't have a disk drive, but hopefully if they do have something like the UMDs or something less proprietary, something like the game cartridges like the Nintendo consoles have, that you just plug it in and use it, and they're very easy to trade in or trade with your friends or resell, that would be really cool to see. I would think if they price the PlayStation Vita 2 at a reasonable price, something a little less from the PS5 price, maybe around $300, a lot of people will be purchasing it, including myself, because I really do want a new PlayStation handheld console. The PS Vita is very good, even till this day it's a very good console to put some homebrew on and to modify it, but in terms of its game library, it has been very lackluster, because a lot of companies just don't want to develop for it, right? It still is a very expensive console to this day, and maybe if they release something like the PS Vita 2 or a PSP 2, even that of the original PlayStation Vita, the price will drop down and it will make it much better to owning a portable Sony console in today's day and age. Now hopefully Sony gets it right this time around if they do decide to push on and move forward with the new PSP2 or the PS Vita 2, whatever they like to call it. But yeah, that's been it for today's video. I just wanted to get my views across on what I think Sony should be doing for their new rumored PlayStation portable device. Now it's been a boy Optage. I'll be catching you guys all in my next video. Goodbye.